What is blockchain? Blockchain is a decentralized, tamper-proof digital ledger that records transactions across a distributed network of computers. Unlike traditional databases controlled by a single authority, blockchain operates through a peer-to-peer network, ensuring transparency and security without relying on a central entity. Each record in the blockchain is stored in a block. These blocks contain three main elements. First is the data the transaction details, such as sender, receiver, and amount. Second is the hash, a unique digital fingerprint or signature that identifies the block. Third is the previous block's hash, which is a reference to the hash of the block before it, forming an unbreakable chain of records. When someone makes a transaction, it is shared with a network of computers called nodes. These computers check if the transaction is valid. This process is called proof of work, POW, where miners race to solve a difficult puzzle. The first to solve it gets to add the new block to the chain. To keep things stable, a new block is added every 10 minutes. Every 2 weeks, the system adjusts the puzzle's difficulty based on how fast miners are solving it. Every 4 years, the mining reward is cut in half to limit the total supply of Bitcoin. Each block is connected to the one before it, so changing a record would mean altering every block after it. This makes blockchain very secure. Its unchangeable records and shared control make it useful for money transfers, supply chains, digital identity, and more. Imagine a digital kingdom where the first king had no ancestors. He was the Genesis king, the founder of a new dynasty. In Bitcoin, this was Block 0, the Genesis block, created by a mysterious ruler known as Satoshi Nakamoto. He did not inherit his throne. He created it. Just as great empires are built on vision and courage, the Genesis king, or Block 0, laid down the foundation for all future rulers or blocks to follow. No king rules forever, but his legacy lives on through his heirs. In the blockchain kingdom, each new king, or block, carries the royal seal, called a hash, from the one before him, keeping history unbroken. In our analogy, each king rules for a fixed term, 10 years in our story. In blockchain, each block is created in 10 minutes. When a king's reign ends, the kingdom must choose his successor. But not just anyone can take the throne. The new ruler must prove himself worthy before being accepted. If a king proves himself worthy, his rule is recorded, and he stamps his royal seal onto history. In blockchain, this seal is called a hash, a unique digital fingerprint that identifies each block. This unbroken line of kings keeps the kingdom's history safe, just like blockchain secures its transactions. To earn the throne, the new king must pass a test of worthiness. In blockchain, miners must solve built-in cryptographic puzzles to validate and add a new block to the chain. This challenge faced by miners is called proof of work. Proof of work is necessary to keep the blockchain secure and trustworthy. It makes sure that only valid transactions are added and prevents anyone from tampering with past records. Since solving these puzzles requires real effort and computing power, no one can easily rewrite history or cheat the system. The strongest and fastest miner wins the right to add a new block and earn bitcoins. At first, the reward was 50 BTC, but it halves every 4 years. Now it's 3.125 BTC, and this will continue until all 21 million bitcoins are mined by 2141. In the kingdom, no king should rule for more than 10 years. In blockchain, each block takes about 10 minutes to form. If it's too fast, the system makes the puzzle harder. If it's too slow, the puzzle gets easier. This keeps the blockchain stable and secure. In the kingdom, every 20 years, the trials for the new king are reviewed to ensure the realm stays strong and stable. In blockchain, every 2 weeks, the difficulty of the puzzles is adjusted to keep the system secure and balanced. In a kingdom, rulers do not intentionally reduce resources. They rely on nature and fate. But in blockchain, Bitcoin halving is a planned event. It ensures that new Bitcoins are released at a controlled pace, preventing inflation and making Bitcoin more valuable over time. In blockchain, the halving process happens every 4 years. Bitcoin was introduced in 2009. Miners received 50 BTC for each block they added to the blockchain. In 2012, the first halving reduced this reward to 25 BTC, and in 2016, it dropped further to 12.5 BTC. The process continued in 2020, bringing the reward down to 6.25 BTC. And most recently, in 2024, miners began earning 3.125 BTC per block. This halving process will continue every 4 years until all 21 million BTC are mined, which is expected to happen by 2141. By reducing the rate at which new Bitcoins enter circulation, halving makes Bitcoin more scarce over time, similar to how gold becomes harder to mine, increasing its long-term value. No more miners will claim fresh BTC after its supply limit of 21 million. The miners will survive by collecting tolls, transaction fees, instead of mining rewards in the form of Bitcoins. Unlike human empires that fall to war and corruption, the blockchain ensures that every past block, every transaction, and every event is permanently recorded. Once a block is added to the chain, it cannot be altered or erased, preserving the integrity of the entire system. This is why blockchain is incorruptible. No historian can rewrite it, no conqueror can erase its past. It is a dynasty that never dies. Blockchain has no single owner or central authority. Instead, power is shared among thousands of independent miners and nodes. Miners are individuals or groups that compete to solve complex puzzles and validate transactions, adding new blocks to the chain. Nodes are computers that store and verify the entire blockchain, ensuring every transaction follows the rules. Together, miners and nodes keep the system secure, transparent, and decentralized. It is pure mathematics. In blockchain, the next block is chosen through cryptographic work, a process called proof of work. Miners compete to solve complex puzzles that require massive computing power. These puzzles involve hashing, a mathematical process that turns data into a fixed-length code. These cryptographic codes act as powerful cybersecurity measures. Each block's hash is like a unique fingerprint, linking it securely to the previous block. If someone tries to change any past block, the hash will no longer match, breaking the entire chain. This makes hacking nearly impossible because an attacker would have to redo the cryptographic work for all following blocks across thousands of computers at once. Blockchain security comes from this mathematical structure, making it one of the safest systems for digital transactions. Just as no kingdom is invincible, blockchain also faces a looming challenge: quantum computing. Traditional computers struggle to break blockchain's cryptographic seals, hashes, but quantum computers could change the game. These powerful machines can solve complex problems at unimaginable speeds, potentially cracking the security that keeps blockchain safe. While blockchain has stood unchallenged for years, the rise of quantum computing may force it to evolve, finding new ways to defend its digital fortress. Traditional cryptography is like a fortress with millions of locks. Modern computers can only try keys one by one, making it impossible to break. Quantum computers, however, can test all the keys at once, potentially unlocking the fortress instantly. If the blockchain does not adapt, its entire history could be rewritten, its wealth stolen, and its rules shattered. Preparing for the quantum war. The scholars, cryptographers of the realm are already working on new defenses. The blockchain needs stronger cryptographic defenses to resist future quantum threats, ensuring its security and integrity remain unbreakable.